It's Rita and her dogs for Miss Rita to the Rescue here, back a week late. But good morning to everyone. I just noticed on the chat so many wonderful well wishes. Thank you, Barbara. I know she's probably left and is going to watch the repeat. But thank you, and nice to see everyone. Lori Jo, Aladra's been doing some really amazing things with embroidery. She's been showing me. Cannot believe how she's been doing that stuff. She's been sharing it with me. And good morning to Jay Lynn. And Leslie is here. Ardeen is here. Loretta, of course, is here. Debbie, good morning. Nice to see you all. I'm so glad. Tammy, I think Tammy Beekner is on. And I'm so glad to see you all. Good morning. Oh, there's Diane, Ardeen, Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. How are you? Hi, Jamie. There's Deborah Mackey. Oh, she's so lovely. You're so lovely, Deborah. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I don't know how to say it nicely because I was really, really sick and I didn't have a chance to enjoy Thanksgiving. But my sister still did it at the house, and they had dinner. And then afterwards, a couple of days afterwards, I was able to have some leftovers. There was a lot of leftovers. And so, I made it. So just to give you a backup a little bit, last Friday, which was Black Friday, we were going to do this winter cottage from Dreaming Tree. But I had chemo, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and this time hit me really, really hard. Lot of nausea like I've never experienced before, which was it was weird, but it was terrible. A couple of days going on that, and because it was a holiday, I didn't have all the access to all the doctors, but I'm better now, and I figure, okay, well, I can do this and hopefully kind of get back on track. And then my supposed last chemo is on the 12th of December. So I'm hoping that all next week we'll be able to do all kinds of fun projects. I actually have number of projects already made to show you that I'm just piling up, and the piles are getting higher and higher. And so I want to show you. Some of them are from Design Space, things that I created in Design Space that you can pick up from my profile. This particular version of this Dreamy Tree is a paid file. So I don't know if you recall, but I told you, you guys, you don't have to have purchased it to come. And hi, Connie. Hi, everybody. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on this cottage. So whether you have it or not, still, I hope you can stay for the chat. And if you're watching after the live, you can still see the chat afterwards. And we can go from there. So this product, if you've ever purchased or if you ever thought of purchasing a file outside of Design Space, that's what this is. So you might say, I'm not ready for that, Rita, and that's fine. But I want to just show you how you would do it. So if you wanted to purchase this, you would do add to cart, you would purchase it. Once you get to the place where, let's go on over here. Once you get to the place where, let's just go here to to the order is complete, whether it's a free item, because there are lots of nice free files here, or not. So let's have a look at this. This is the latest free file, which is this adorable snowman place card. So this is how you would do it, whether it was free or not. You would add it to your cart, and then you'd go ahead and you would check out, even though it was only if it was free. And once you hit checkout, I don't know why, but I have 4 accounts. So you would confirm it. And once you confirmed it, this is at the point where you have to download the file. So see right here, it says your order's been processed. Click here to download your file. And that's what you would do. You would download your file. And let's see, right here. Download, and I don't know if you saw that, but it kind of came into, oh, hi Gloria, it came into my computer. So then at this point, this is where you would go to Design Space and you would upload all the pieces. Now I'm not going to show you how to do that, but I just want to point out, because it's the same every single time. You do the same every single time. You go to upload and you do an upload image, and then you go browse, you find your downloads, and then you do images. Now, this Dreaming Tree company, they only have their, so here's an example. So here's a gift card from 3D SVG. You're going to navigate to SVG, and you'll see that there are different SVGs in this file. So you need all of these, there's 4 of them. You need all 4 of these. So you're going to have to upload each one. And then once you upload each one, then you can bring them all together as one file. Okay, and so that's what you'll see here. I have a lot of uploads here, and these are things from outside designers that I either have purchased or got for free, and that I'm working on. And you don't have to delete them. I used to delete them, but then it got to be such a pain to delete that I just kept it on there. I think if they wanted to save some space on their servers, they would encourage it and give you a way to delete easily, but they don't. So whatever. Anyway, so here's our canvas. Let's go back to our canvas. Oops, let's see. Cancel. We're going to go here. All right. So this is what you would do. You take a file from, it's sort of like you purchase it from someplace and then you bring it into your Design Space and then you cut it. Now make sure when you're doing that you are attaching those see these little score lines here. These are called dash cut lines. So you want to attach those to the solid pieces behind them. So that way that it will cut as together as one piece. Okay, so let me just bring you down here so you can kind of see, and apologize, we got a lot of light this morning. We got the morning light, and so this is what we're doing today. It's rather big, so I'm gonna have to go back up and I'm not going to be able to see too well, but here we go. So this is the cottage. It's composed of 3 different sections. You've got the roof here, it has a chimney, and you can actually put a little piece of cotton. I didn't have any, but I know Leo did. So you can put a little piece of cotton. There is the base, which is really nice. And then here is the actual structure. That is where most of the effort is going on this. It has vellum in here, and it has a recessed door like this, and this is very, very sturdy. The way this was designed, there's actually 3 layers of each of these, so very sturdy. You will it won't get easily crushed, and you could put a candle in here, or you could use it as a treat basket or a box or whatever, and it's really nice. I did not attach this here, but I suppose you could, and put some like bottle brushes, you know, the trees that made out of bottle brush here. So you can decorate any way you'd like. I think if I had a little extra time, I would have come back with some rhinestones or something for these pieces. And this is the back, which is, so it's kind of like, it's a birdhouse cottage. So I thought this was just really a cute project, and I've been wanting to do it for a while. And so there's a lot of work to this. So let's get started. So I just want to point out that with every project that you do with Dreaming Tree, they give you one of these. It's a PDF, and it shows you, first it shows you the picture of what you're going to be accomplishing, and then it gives you supplies. And this is what I usually do. I print these off, and then I go down the supply list and just gather all my supplies that I need. Usually I get all the way to the point of the little extras, the embellishments. So I might go down and just go, okay, I need 7 sheets of white and 1 sheet of amethyst. Now, I don't usually do the 8.5 by 11, honestly, because most of my cardstock is 12 by 12, and most of these projects tend to be 12 by 12. Now, if you are working with a Cricut Joy Extra or a regular Joy, some of these projects will not work for those machines, but there are others that you can definitely do with these machines. Okay, so with those particular machines, you just have to be careful about either resizing them or just picking the correct project. Okay. Let's see. So in addition to this PDF, you're going to get all of these pictures, and it's just going to show you, these are all of the pieces of white. So sometimes I'll pick all the paper and I'll see, oh, crimson, what's that going to be for? And then I can see down here, crimson is for the what do you call this, chimney and the door. Okay, so we do keep that handy. And then I've cut out all the pieces, and I try to corral them into this little box here. I have a bunch of these boxes that I have. You are going to need some glue, and that's about it. You're going to need your glue and your PDF and all of the pieces that you've cut out. So let's get started on the base. So the base is pretty simple. Let me just show you the base. So the base is pretty simple. It is just like a empty box, shallow, like low profile box with some glitter around it. So that's what we're going to create here. And you're going to cut at all of these dashed cut lines. So we'll do that all around like this. Now make sure you do also these little corners, because those corners are what's going to make the box a box. So I like to fold both ways as well, just so that I can have a nice crisp line, like a fold line. So here we go. Now this is the good side, or the front side, the textured side, and this is the not good side, which is a little more smooth. And this, by the way, this white cardstock is Cricut cardstock. And I'm I don't want to get on a rant, but when doing these projects, it's so important to have a choice of colors. And sadly, there isn't a whole lot of Cricut cardstock in all the colors that they used to have. Even like reds and stuff are hard to come by. So if you are looking for cardstock that will work with this, first be flexible, because like for instance, what happened with this one, they used like kind of a wood grain on it, and I thought, well, it's going to be hard for me to find my wood grain paper, so I decided that I was just going to do my own thing. So be flexible especially about the patterns, because Cricut doesn't have patterned paper anymore. And so be flexible about that. There's a lot of great patterned paper that you can find, especially for Christmas, at places like Michael's and Joann's. By the way, I'm just using those little tabs to close it up to make almost like a tray. So Joann's, Michael's, even some people find it online at like Amazon. If you are being very specific about the colors that you want, I would suggest that you check out 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop, which is, they carry what's called, well, they carry 3 big brands. One is Basil, Bazzil. Basil is a brand. It's a little thick for me, Basil, so I don't generally buy too much of it. And the other one that I like to buy is American Crafts, or AC Cardstock, and they do have quite a few of the colors. Unfortunately, some of them are sold out, so I don't know what the deal is, but it seems to me like the world is having trouble getting colors. I don't know. I guess that means that a lot of people are actually paper crafting, which which when I was working with Cricut, it seemed to me like they were more interested in iron-on and vinyl. So I was always the odd man out in terms of what I did. But now it seems like a lot of people doing paper crafts, and people are having trouble finding the paper. So if you know of any other places that I haven't mentioned, feel free. I have no obligation to any company anymore, so I can tell you that if you know of anyone. Did you buy that Encore? Oh, you did, Annette. Oh, okay. I saw that too, the Encore brand. That was the third one. So it's Basil, American Crafts, and then the new one from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop that is called Encore. I have not tried it yet. I was thinking about buying the sampler, which is 100 different colors, but only 1 sheet of each color. So I was thinking about that. So see what I just did there while I was talking, as I'm closing this up and making it is empty inside, but it's a little low profile box, and I want to make sure that it sits flat. So so that's why I'm doing this. And then we're going to take these pieces, which are cut from white glitter, and we're going to place them over here. Now be careful here, because there are tabs right here, and also this is not a perfect square, right? It's not, I don't think it's a perfect square, so you need to put these on correctly. So this is, see how that's not the perfect square, but this works. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just glue that. And what I'll do also is I'll do the tab after the fact. And yeah, so the other projects that I had started was this gorgeous Paperscape oversized card, also from Dreaming Tree. But so I got that one. I've got an Anna Griffin snowflake piece card that was very popular. Made some changes to that file, so I want to show you what I did to make the changes to that file. I know I've done it before, but it is a really nice, it's a nice project. So I hope you can tune in for those next week. And then what else? I did take advantage of a couple of the sales that were on at my Scrap Chick, which is where I usually get some of the pop-up cards that we do. So I found a really cute reindeer and a snowman, so we'll be doing those as well. And what else? Oh, banners and the church. There's a church, and there are a couple of banners, and last year I did a couple of banners, but I brought them downtown to Peabody while we were having our annual stroll, and I didn't get them back. So, which was a shame, but anyway, I brought them down, and I want to do them again. There's a couple of really fun banners that we're gonna recreate from last year. So there you go. We have a lot on deck in terms of projects. The church, I cut out the church earlier this week. And I want to do that again because we had done it 2 years ago, but I ended up giving it away to my mother's friend, and because she really, really liked it. And so this one I won't give away, so that she, you know, has it. This one here, I think I'm going to give to my cousin, who's coming to visit me on Monday. So I have a couple of these made. I'll have a couple of these made. I always get stuck. Oh, see, I didn't do this right. So technically this tab should be under this. And so I'm not going to be able to get that off without ripping it. So we are just going to just put some extra glue on there, make sure that it sticks. All right. Now, as Loretta pointed out, this is a very big a tissue holder. No, there's a Santa's Workshop that's a tissue holder. That is a I didn't see a church that's a tissue holder from Dreaming Tree anyway. So, okay, so there is the base of this. Again, you're going to be more careful, like right here where I did this overlap, but it doesn't look terrible. I just, know it should have been tucked in. So there's the base. We finished one of the 3, parts to this. So let's get started on the big part, which is, let's have a look at it, is this part here. Hold on. All right. So this is the main, obviously main portion of it. And there are a lot of pieces, but don't get overwhelmed by all the pieces, because actually having all the pieces just makes it sturdy. There are actually like 3 layers here in the front, the back. And so we're going to create the base, sort of the underlying piece first, and then we'll decorate it. I'm going to move this over here. I'm running out of space, you guys. All right, so let's have a look. So all of these pieces are cut out. Today I chose for the outside paper, I chose this. And I thought it was kind of cute. And when I realized it was a birdhouse, I thought, oh, it's, sort of a cute thing for the birdhouse. So what you'll see here is there is the pattern paper. This is kind of a liner piece. And then here is the actual structure of the piece, okay? So we're going to take that out and just see that that's the same for all of the pieces. So let's go ahead and put these aside. And there are sides. See, there are the sides. Now, the sides do not have triple layer, okay? But there are the sides. So let's start with this and the actual door. So this is a little tricky. I think it's the trickiest part of the whole project, is you want to have a door that is recessed, right? And so when I first did this, I did it wrong. And so, which is why I always do it twice, just to make sure. But what we're going to do is take this one piece. I've already glued it on just so that you can kind of see. We're going to take this one piece that looks like almost like a pull tab, and you're going to fold at all of those little edges. And then what you're going to do is work it around the door, which leaves the door to be recessed. So here you go. once this gets in there, it's going to actually be this way, recessed into the project. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this all together, the door part together, and that's just a matter of using the glue for the tabs and working and being patient with the process, right? We got to be patient with the process. And that is a little hard. I know for me, I have sometimes have a little trouble with being patient with the process, but eventually I get there. I think Leo, who is the guy that usually demonstrates all the Dreaming Tree stuff, is an enormous amount of patience. I sometimes I'm like, oh, Leo, I don't know. It's just a little much. It's a little much for me. I have to come back to it. All right. So you see how this is recessed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to attach it to this part here. And I think what I will do is like turn it over. I want to make sure this is actually connected properly. I want to make sure that that glue has stuck sort of there. So then we'll turn all of these things outward, all of these tabs and these little jagged tabs here. We're going to turn them outward, and then we are going to place it. This is the back. This is the back. This is the back. This is the front. Okay, so we're going to turn it this way, and then I'm going to flip it around. All right, like that. And then I can go ahead and put the glue. Now, this is the toughest part of this project. So if you make it through this project, if you make it through to this part of the project, then you're home free. I thought this was the toughest part anyway for me. And let me just put a few more bits of glue on these little pieces. All right. And we're going to press down like this all around. All right, and I see here that these couple of these tabs haven't stuck, so I'm going to put a little bit more glue here. All right, let me turn it around so you can see. There it is. Just need to make sure that it's going to stick. Now, don't worry that the tabs are showing, because you're going to have an overlay piece as well as your patterned piece, okay? So don't worry about that. It's a little difficult to model to show you how this goes, because I want to get my head right in there really well, and I can't do that. So, all right, let's leave that to be to glue in there, and we'll talk about the actual door itself. Just press down on this. Okay, so here's the door, and actually for this particular one I used pink vellum, and sadly I had put the vellum on the wrong side of the door, so I had to pull it off. So yours won't look just like that. It won't look like that, but eventually what you would do once this is all glued is this is going to go right in here. I'm having trouble with these little tabs not staying. Come on, tabs, stay. So let's go ahead and put that part on. Vellum is actually pretty forgiving, as far as, you know, it can peel off, and it's pretty heavy duty. Sadly though, sometimes it doesn't cut terrific. on the Cricut. And usually what I find is I have to use a brand new blue mat to cut vellum. And even still, you have to put it so that I use masking tape so that when it's going in your machine, it doesn't have like a lip to it. I don't know if anybody else has had that problem. But you know, so sometimes when I'm cutting vellum, I'm like, I almost wish I could just cut out the pieces by hand because it works well. Or you have to use really, really new materials and in terms of your mat, and then really make sure it's on your mat really well. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that great? And now what we are going to do, that part's done. Now what we're going to do, we're going to actually look at these other pieces here. Again, so you can see this one here we're going to put aside. But these are the sides, and this is the front and the back. So what we're going to do is speaking of vellum, we're going to go back to our little box here and find all of the little pieces of vellum, and then also the little extras that give it the look, right? So here's some vellum here. Again, I told you I used pink. I don't know where I even got the pink from, but I had pink. And then we have all of these little window treatments. And so let's grab all of them. And here's another piece of vellum. Okay. Now, when putting this together, Leo leaves it up to you, like where you want to put the vellum. But personally, I think I want to sandwich it in between the two pieces here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take and put my vellum on those, on the middle piece there. So that way it's nice and sandwiched. So in case I don't get it completely glued correctly, it will still be nice and flat against the backing. All right. If you've never worked with vellum before, it is a treat, I think, to work with it. It's so cool because it really defrays the light quite a bit. So see, I don't know if you can see that, but really kind of nice. So then we're going to put this on here. Make sure you get to all the edges here and be rather generous about the edges, but you don't want to put too much glue, you know. So for the rest of it, I would just put a little tiny bit of glue around there, and I'm going to fold like this, just like that. There we go. Now this particular side has this thing for the window. So let's put that little embellishment on for our little bird to go into his little bird house, his winter home. Now that the trees don't have leaves here in New England, you can see the old bird nests in the trees. It's kind of fun because, you know, it's like completely empty of leaves, and then there's this big giant shape in the middle that ends up being the former bird house of whatever birds, probably chickadees. Chickadees are pretty popular here in New England. Chickadee, chickadee-dee-dee-dee. That's how you know a chickadee, because he says his own name, chickadee-dee-dee. All right, doing the same thing on this side with the vellum. I don't even know if I put the glue on right. There we go. There we go. I maybe put a little too much glue on there. I don't want to rush, but I also want to get through this project in a reasonable amount of time. All right, so there you can see there's the front of the house, and then here is just sort of that liner piece. So we're gonna, it goes this way actually. So let's get our glue on there. So I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you're making plans for any of the winter holidays. We haven't got a tree up yet, but I'm sure we'll get to it soon enough. I actually have 3 trees, so it's a matter of deciding which one I want to put up, or maybe I'll put up all 3. Who knows? I mean, nothing's saying that I can't. Although I know Owen is anxious to get that up. So my younger sister Annette from New Hampshire is coming up for the holiday. No, not for the holiday, for next week, because my sister is going away. My other sister is going away to Florida for a business trip, and so she said, "Well, I'll come. Do you think it goes this way or this way?" I think it goes this way. This goes this way. I'm going to do it this way. All right. Let's go ahead and glue. And it looks like there are 2 pieces to this. Yep. And there is. Okay, so let's glue these together. Yeah, so she'll probably be the one, because my sister's always done all the heavy lifting. Annette, my sister Annette. So she'll be the one to dig out all the... She's always been an outdoorsy kind of a person. And she's the one that has 7 dogs. 7 7 Labrador retrievers. It's like you're being assaulted when you go to her house. In a good way. It's loving assault. Loving assault. All right. So there's that. Let's find the other pieces. So we got, there must be a circle piece for that. There it is. There it is. And actually these little bits and bobs here. I think that's, yeah, then we got these. This is for the actual that's for the door, for the door. Yeah, so yeah, she always has been one of those very rugged, outdoorsy kind of people. And up in New Hampshire, they already have, it's very cold, she said, and they already have a good, I don't know, foot on the ground. And that's good, because a lot of the season up there is dependent on the snow. And they do a lot of, what do they do? Snowmobiling. It's a really big business, apparently. I don't know. I don't think that's something I ever want to try, but I think Owen might. He might want to. All right. Okay. So there is that. Oh, we can put this little bit of glitter here. Do you think it goes there? Yeah, it goes there. All right. My girlfriend, Christine, who is in Florida, she sent me a picture of this rock garden that she made that was like a Christmas rock garden. I was really impressed. I mean, I know some of you live in different places and don't get the snow. So I understand that completely. And I love some of the alternative ways to decorate, such as with flamingos and palm trees and stuff. So cute. You know, I don't know, as a kid, I always thought snow because I grew up here and I just assumed everybody got the same snow that we did for Christmas, but apparently not. So there you go. Okay. So I'm going to turn this around, make sure it's flat. There's actually one more piece of embellishment that's going to go right here. So might as well put it on. Now, if you like want to try this and after watching me, you want to go and refresh your, memory, just note that Leo puts it together slightly different, in a different order. Like, for instance, he doesn't put the embellishments on until at the very end. But I figure while I'm working flat, I like to put them on there. Just like that. Okay. And then while I'm here, I'm going to put these two little bits. They're kind of small. So I'm going to use this tool here so that I can get some glue on it. I'm now seeing there's a dog hair on it. Everything I do has dog hair. Even my hats that I wear, I don't know, it's in the air. They just fly around. All right. So there we go. There's all these little tiny details from Dreaming Tree that I just love because they're so detailed, right? While we're doing this, whoops, this is the little bell that goes on the door. While we're doing this, might as well do the little snowflake that gets on the top. That way we have less pieces that we're working with. Now, putting something on to glitter is difficult, so you really need to put a lot of glue, but that's the only time that I would suggest a lot of glue. So let's go ahead and get that on there real good and let it dry correctly. Okay, so there's that, and there's that, and the base. And just so that I have less pieces, I'm going to just glue these together because they're just sort of extras at the end that we'll put on at the end. Okay, then we'll be working on the sides, and we'll be adding the sides to the project. All right, there we go. So the sides only have one piece like this. So what I would suggest is that we put on the windows and the vellum first, and not attach it to like we did here, just because we want to have a little bit of flexibility for putting the sides on. There we go. All right, so I'm putting that on to my patterned paper. Okay. There we go. Flip that over and put those pieces these little guys on. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now. All right. So I could have done all this stuff. I apologize. Could have done it all ahead of time, but I thought you'd want to see the whole thing start to finish. So working fast. So if you're doing this, don't work so fast as me. You know, just try to do your own pace. And that's the beauty of the live. You can watch it live, but then when it's done, it goes on to YouTube and you can watch it and turn it off and on based on, the places you might get stuck. All right, we're cooking with gas, as we would say here. Okay, so there are sides. There's our back. And there is the front all done, and also the base is all done. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to attach the side pieces, which are these pieces and the back, to actually make the structure. So you see here, there are tabs here, just like that. Fold it over like that. Same with this one. And then these tabs, which there are several, there's a top and the bottom. The top one is actually the wider of the two, and this is the bottom. So let's fold all those. Okay. All right. So the way this is going to work is that this is the side, but it's going to be curved. You see how this is curved? It's going to be curved a little bit. So in order to help us with the curve, you'll see here that there is this tab here. So we're going to glue to this tab first, just to sort of hold it in place, and then we'll work on that curved section area there. All right, and this actually gets shored up a little bit with some glue and extra pieces. We'll do that in a second. Now this will be a little hard to show you, but let's just get this connected. All right, so I'm going to flip it over, and then you can see here I've got these tabs that I'm going to glue to the inside edge here. So let's do it this way. Let's put the glue on the tabs and then flip it over. Then flip it over. All right. Okay. Now we're going to flip and make sure that all the tabs are on this side, and we are going to make sure that they stick evenly. I guess you could have done this without, well, yeah, you could have done it on the other side, but we already did this part, so we're going to just roll with the punches here. There we go. Now see how that's attached right there? We have something that we're going to make it even thicker when we get there. All right, same thing on the other side. Fold all those tabs. And on this side, we're going to glue, just so you can see it standing up, just so you can see it. We're going to glue this to this and then move it on over to that, okay? So I don't think it really much matters if you put it on the back or the front. So I think I'll put it on the back of the side. That makes sense? Back of the side. Oh man, I have watched so many, so many. What are they called? Christmas movies from Hallmark. The Hallmark Christmas movies with my mom, because for a while there, that was all that I could do. And so I've determined that that when I'm feeling better, I'm going to write a script, because I know exactly at the end of every movie is the one kiss. They have the one kiss at the end of every movie, and it's always at the top of the hour, and then they go straight into the next movie. But it's the same formula every single time. You know, there's always a girl who's coming back, and both or one of her parents are gone, and she's always like, you know, young 30s, whatever, late 20s, 30s. And she meets a boy, and maybe she already has a boyfriend or a husband, and she has to decide which one is best for her. And a lot of times they're saving things like castles and old movie theaters and different things, and they end up going to these really sweet little places like called Evergreen Springs and Christmas Village. I don't know, they're all different names. Snowflake Manor or whatever, or they're across the board. Do you guys? Oh, Elf. I mean, I love Elf. Yeah. You just cleaned. Oh, I want you to come over and help me clean, Yvonne, because I haven't done any cleaning. All right. Who am I? Matthew McConaughey? Yeah. All right. Let's see how this went. Yeah. Good. Look at that. It's standing up. Almost. Well, this is for the bottom piece. Let's just push them in. All right. And then the next piece is this. That's going to go on here. And we need this, the tabbed bit first, right? So we're going to do the tab, and it connects in 3 ways. It connects at the top and on the side. You see, right here and here and then here. So let's start off with the side tab, and then we'll just go ahead. I just want to make sure this tab is folded well for our base, or the bottom, I should say, like that. And let's get gluing. How am I doing? Am I going too slowly, too fast? You will let me know. The other thing that I was thinking of while I was laying around watching Hallmark Channel is I was thinking maybe I'll come on Sunday and maybe around 10 or 11 o'clock and see if there are other people that might be available. I know a lot of people go to church on Sunday, but I don't know. It's something. I'm doing okay? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. I appreciate it. But yeah, like I was thinking, you know, most of us have the weekend. I know not all of us, but most of us have the weekend free. And I thought that would be fun to do like kind of a weekend thing during Christmas, to get people who maybe they got their now this is going to be awkward to show. Maybe they got their gotta get my head in there. their machine last year, and now they're like, oh, I said I was going to do cards all for this year going forward, and they need some inspiration or something. I mean, I use my machine when I'm not sick. I use my machine every single day. So so I don't know how you guys do. Like, how often are you cutting or crafting? Once a week, every day, once a month? You're just looking for inspiration, that sort of thing. Because for me, I mean, I know not everybody's going to do every project that I have available, so that's why I do a lot of them, because it can appeal to a different, you know, maybe you don't like to make cards, or you just want to make cards or something like that. That way you can find something you like. You finished 50 cards for, oh my goodness, you, Deborah. You cut every other day? Yeah. Yes, I totally understand that, Ardeen. I was just thinking as an extra, like, you know, on a Sunday or I don't know, Sunday. I don't know what's a good time to choose. Like, is at 2 o'clock or something like that, when you know, dinner is done. I want to be respectful of people and their schedules, but also, you know, sometimes people just can't make mornings during the week, so they have to watch the repeats. What do they call that? Replay. We always called them repeats. Rerun. That's what we used to call them. Reruns. Okay. I know this is awkward, but I need to make sure this is right. All right. We are, I'd say, more than halfway done here, folks. Look at that. Okay. Now we can go ahead and add these panels. That's my prayer clock. My mother wanted this prayer clock we saw on TV one night, and so I got it for her. Now she says, oh no, I don't like it. Even though it has like James Earl Jones saying a little prayer at the top of the hour, she doesn't like it. So now it's my prayer clock. Yeah, so there you go. All right. Okay. Just putting on the sides here. Then we can actually put on the bottom piece and start working on the top. There we go. Now these have a piece that's going to go there. Okay. All right. So the roof is detachable, which I think is perfect, because then you can put your, you know, your candle, you know, make sure it's a battery operated kind. Don't use a regular candle. That would be crazy. So we'll work on that right after we get these pieces on. See if there's anything else that is left to do on the body part of the actual house. Over a little bit. I like the paper that I chose. I think it's cute. The other one I really liked was like striped, almost like a candy cane, but different colors. Okay, so one more. Put this on. So you'll notice when you cut this out, you'll have these pieces here that are just like plain, like rectangles, which I think this one here is what I got. Yeah, they're both the same. There are these rectangles. We're going to use the rectangles to shore this up. I can't tell you how unbelievably happy I am that we could have this today. I was up super early. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. You know, got up so early, and I'm like, I get to have my chat with my friends today. So, pretty excited. All right. Now, there are, before we do this part, although, where did they go off to? Meh. Oh, they're over there. There are bottom pieces, but I want to do this part first so that we know exactly how wide this is supposed to be. So we're going to put glue on both of these long strips, and we'll put one on top and one on the bottom. Okay, because that's the exact correct width for the top. Oh, thank you, Loretta. I'm so glad to see you all too. All right, so see, it's not like completely, so we need that extra piece underneath. All right, now let's have a look. Move on to the bottom, and then we'll do the final piece, which is the top. All right, this has got to be correctly put in place. All right. All right, that's nice and sturdy, and so is here. So the bottom piece, let's get the bottom pieces. You'll notice that there are two bits. One is called it has an L, so it means liner. Let's have a look. I thought I grabbed that one. Oh, maybe it's over here. All right, let's see what else we got in here. I'm running out of space. I need a big table. Next year. Okay, so these are the liner and the outside part. I don't know why, but it's not really. I think I might have cut out two of the same piece accidentally, but it's only slightly different, slightly smaller. It's not going to make a big, huge difference. So we're going to put one on the inside like this, but we have to put glue so that it will hold. So let's turn all of these out like this. Would anybody be interested in doing a Zoom, if I can figure out the Zoom? Would anybody be interested in doing a Zoom to put together the church? Because it is a very big project, and me talking the whole time through it might not be the best idea. And the benefit of Zoom is can have other people doing. I think we did it that way one time before, and it was kind of a good way to put it together. But I want to definitely do the church again. And I was just wondering what you guys think. I have it cut out. All right. Okay, so I put all the glue on there. Now I'm going to press them in. Oh, oh. You would watch the Zoom? Okay. Oh, that's good to know. You don't have, and by the way, I know a lot of people are like, oh no, I don't want to be on a Zoom. No, you don't have to be on the Zoom to watch it. The way we did it before was we made it live on YouTube, but we had to be very careful about who could like log in because we had a few issues. Oops, what happened here? All right, probably hitting my camera. I'm gonna have to talk to Leo. I'm a one-person crew. He has his cameras, like he has 2 different cameras set up. I love that. He's so technically savvy. All right. Now, I know you can't see because my hand's in the way, but what I'm doing is trying to get those tabs all pushed down. You can use something like this. Probably can see my head. All right. So, then we got that on there. Just want to make sure these parts of the tab are glued down. Again, that's a liner piece. It doesn't really matter too much what it looks like. Can have some things sort of not glued in there, right? Like this little tab doesn't want to stay. Why? Why don't you want to stay, little tab? All right. See you, Dawn. Nice to see you. Happy Friday. Oh, I did that last year, Loretta. I switched my internet provider. What a mistake. Oh, such a mistake. I mean, I know everybody's like, the big cable companies, but they seem to have it down, you know? So there you go. So we're going to put this piece on the bottom to hide all of these ugly little tabs. Let's just stick that down there. All right. And then probably let's see how that goes. Okay, well, waiting for that to dry. Let's put that aside. There are a few little embellishments that we have to add, but let's have a look at the top, the rooftop, which has lovely, it has a beautiful, look at that. It's, what do you call it? A chimney. This is something different. Okay. So let's put together the chimney first. It's all a bunch of tabs. I got glue everywhere, so sorry about that. By the way, if you didn't take advantage of the sales, the SVGs, I think My Scrap Chick is still running theirs, which is $1 for most all of their files, which totally worth it. Some of their files really nice, a lot of the cards, and yeah, so take a look at that. I don't know when it ends, probably today. Some of the other ones ended during the week. There was one at, let's see, SVG Cuts. She had a huge sale going on. And then there was one a Dreamy Tree, which was like a 25% off thing. And by the way, if you order from Dreamy Tree a lot, you might want to consider checking on your points, because I order from them a lot, and I didn't realize that I have been collecting points. So I got the most recent thing, which is that Santa countdown thing, you know, the numbers and the tissue holder. I got it for $1 because I had so many points and I used the 25% off. So even if you missed the sale and you've purchased from them before, check out the points. He doesn't talk about them that often, but they're kind of, they're fun little bonus, you know. All right, so putting together this cute thing, which is going to go on last, I believe. Yeah. All right. So I just want to put it together because there are these little pieces that I find it hard to put together when I'm working on it. So I put all the embellishments on first. And maybe that's not the way that it was designed sometimes, but for me, I have trouble with picking up my hands, you know, and working like, I'd rather work on a flat surface, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right. So I can do stuff like this. This will go here. There we go. See? Oh, great. I'm so happy, Annette. So Annette just checked her Dreaming Tree and she has 180 points. And yeah, you get a little for the 3 Christmas gift boxes. Nice. Yeah, it's not something he talks about an awful lot, but it is definitely something that they accumulate. And I was able to get that latest one for $1 and change. I don't know what the change was, but that was when it was on sale. All right. So the last bit here is the rooftop. So we have, as with the other one, as with the actual structure itself, we have a like assembly area, assembly piece like this, and then we have the glitter for the snow, to cover the snow. So we're going to be working with these 2 pieces. Let me see if I can't. All right. Get both of these pieces. Obviously, one has the chimney, so that's why the hole there. Oh yeah, and also Lori Whitlock had a sale. Now, what I do with her site is I usually oh, what am I missing here? I just want to look at, this is our original. Okay, so there is this piece right there. That's what that extra piece is for. All right, this extra piece. What I do with Lori's site is I have a subscription, so I pay $10 a month, and it turns into $20 worth of stuff. Okay, so these are going to go here. Now there's a little extra you left over, and that's where this comes in. Okay, so it's going to go actually like this. One here and one here. You see? Move this out of the way. We don't need this right now. All right, so we have this one piece here, and we've got this edge. It's only 1/4 of an inch, and it's going to get it lined up great. Okay, and then this one, do the same, cross that. This part here reminds me of sewing, because you're like, all right, what am I doing? You know, like, you don't see how it's going to come together until the very end. So. There we go. Okay. And then these pieces, which have this tab, not the piece that you cut from glitter, it's going to fit right in there. Okay. Right in that little notch. I could put the second one on, but might be a good idea just to leave it off for right now so I can show you how this is going to go. But you're basically going to then, because it's a curve, you're going to glue all of these tabs here, and you're going to add it to that curved edge. So let's do it that way. That way we don't have to fiddle with that extra piece until we need it. And squeaking. Oh, patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. To remind myself. All right. I suppose I could have put the glue on the other side. Maybe I will on the other side. I could have put the glue, but no. All right. No. We're going to get this done. We're going to do it. I have faith in the process. So there we go. Uh-oh. A truck coming by. I bet Benji's going to be upset about that. Okay, there we go. Ooh, whew. I think maybe the first one you do might be hard because you have to get that curve in there. Are you okay, Benji? All right. Look at that. Let's go back and fix these couple of tabs. All right. Okay. Now we just repeat that. All right. Okay. Let's put our glue on. So I lied when I said that the hardest part was the door. This part's not super easy either. So you could always put it together right away when you have the most energy and patience. You could do the roof first if you wanted to. That's what I probably would have done. All right. Hold on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So that's going to make this side so much easier. And I will note that there are these tabs right here. Oh, I think it's fun. Well, you know how I do it is because I know you guys are all friends, and I try not to think about those people that always say I talk too much. Because I'm like, this is me, I'm sorry, but this is who I am. Gonna have to get used to it. And I'm just glad you guys don't mind me chit-chatting while I'm doing it. And actually, last night was thinking, you know, why did we change the name of the show from Cricut Chat? Because that was the perfect name, wasn't it? Cricut, it's a Cricut project, Chat. And I was like, I don't know if I was just having like one of those brain blips or whatever. I'm like, why did we do that? I forgot. I think because I stopped being a Cricut not affiliate, but a Cricut product expert, and maybe I was thinking I was gonna do a lot more without the machines, but I actually haven't because it's been a weird year anyway. So, all right, so there's that second piece going on. Make sure it's really attached well. Yeah, I like to talk, you know. Yeah, that makes sense. Outside designers. Oh, hey, Mama Bear, how are you? Well, plus, if you're listening and not watching intently, like, because I do that too. Like, I'll watch, like, I'll have Leo on one screen, and then I'll be cutting on the other. And so for me, it's like I can listen to him talk, and then if he gets to the place where I'm like, oh, I really have to pay attention, then I go and pay attention to him. And that way I can do two things at once, because I always think I need to do two things at once. So, all right, look at that, look at that. I think, should I do it like that? Yeah, I think so. I think that's the way I did it on the other side. Oops, let's make sure this is down. All right, we're almost there, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Big project. So, so what was the consensus on Sunday? I'm happy to do it or not do it on Sunday. Otherwise, I'll be back on Monday. I don't know how many. I'm doing well. The chemo, it gets out of your system after the first. It's supposed to be after the first 48 hours, but it's not. I had it on Tuesday, and it wasn't. I didn't start feeling better until Sunday. So for me, maybe it varies with your, you know, your body or something. But I suppose I'm putting this on. Am I putting this on the right way? Anyway, now that I only have another one on the 12th, and I'm hoping that's my last one, but they also scheduled me for a couple more after my scans, which I wasn't too pleased about. But anyway, it seems like it really knocks you for a loop for the first 5 days, or knocks me for a loop for the first 5 days, which means next week I could probably do more than just 3 shows, but I didn't know if that was something, you know, we could do. I don't know. It's up to you guys, really. Could probably do every day next week, unless I have some sort of thing going on. I don't have anything going on that I know of. I might have to get another blood transfusion, but I'm going to check that today. Not a big deal. I know, I'm an old pro at it now. I'm like, not a big deal, right? When I first heard the blood transfusion, I was like, blood transfusion? That sounds so scary. But it's just basically they give you the blood and put it in through your port. That works out great. All right. Look at what we're doing. We're almost there. Just so you can see, in case you can't stick around. That's what it's going to look like with all the embellishments. All right. I'm finally going to get my car back too. My sister has been saying, no, I don't think you should drive. So she's been driving my car. But I think secretly she really likes my car. I mean, it's nothing special, but I think she really likes it. Then, like, she has her own car, but she she also has to, she goes by miles on her car because she's a lease, and she's like, oh, this way I'm saving miles. And I'm like, all right, you know, I mean, if I'm not using it, I'm not using it. And she's been doing everything for me, but now next week I'm getting it back because she's going to be in Florida. And so I'm like, interesting. I wonder if I could drive again. I mean, I don't see why I can't. I'm mobile, you know. I think she's afraid because a couple of times when I was really in a lot of pain with the walking and everything, I called her up and said, oh, I can't do this. I'm here, but I can't do this. And they had to call people out to get me and stuff like that. Look at this. See how I did it this way on this side? but this way on that side, weird, Rita, weird. All right. Okay, we're getting there. We're cooking with the gas. We're cooking with the gas. All right. Now, just make sure it's all, yay. Now let's take our, I think it's best to do this before you put on the glitter part, because you can see some of these tabs. We're trying to put this in this way, and then we'll flip it over and glue these tabs this way. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. My girlfriend Margaret, who, she has a son and daughter who are on the spectrum, and she's quite a bit younger than me, but she sent me a little notification that it's been 4 years that we've been doing this. And I'm like, really, 4 years? And it was for the Facebook group. So I'm trying to think. I started doing these regular chats at the beginning of the pandemic. So that's 2020, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, so it's 4 full years. That's crazy. But good. Crazy good. All right. I don't know if you can see that part. Yeah, there is a glitter part. Bye, Annette. Yeah, Teresa has my car. My sister Teresa. My sister Annette has her own car. Yeah, but they all have their own cars. But okay. I think Annette, she has a big bird, like a macaw or something. Okay, so then all that's really left here, and I kind of rushed it at the end, I apologize, but all that's really left is putting on the glitter pieces here, and there's them on the side here. So if you've got to get a move on this morning, know that you can come back and watch the end. I know it looks really cool, doesn't it, Papa Red? I agree. So these pieces will go on here, so let's glue them, and then we have these side pieces right there. So we got that, and that's kind of it, except for we got to put the little star, the snowflake, and a couple of things of look at how cool that looks. Really nice. So let's put these together and see how this goes. Now, I hope I didn't mess this up a little bit, because I did my first time, I messed it up. And what I say about messed it up is that I want them to match, and they do. Yeah, yay, I did it right. The second time, I did it right. All right. Come on. Come on. Gotta push it down in there. Come on. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that's right. There we go. Ooh, I ripped it a little bit. Mwah! I ripped it a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't have put the chimney in first, but I did this time. I thought I was doing a fun, useful thing. That didn't work. All right, let's try it this way instead, see if this works. I may have to do some surgery to get it to fit on there. Or take out the, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this out while it's still kind of wet, and we'll have to deal with, I knew there's a reason why I cut 2 of these. 2 extra, 1 extra. All right, we're going to have to take that out. Surgery. All right, there we go. Okay. Dog hair. All right. And got a little ripped here. So I'm going to put a little bit of extra glue there. Kind of hide that. All right. And then I can put this back in. I'll do it after. Okay. And then just these pieces. And then we are finished, and we have a beautiful winter cottage that serves as either a treat box or a lantern or a luminary, I guess. I think I'm going to use mine as a luminary, or the one that I'm going to keep. I want to do a whole little village, you know. But several of his structures are a certain size, and then he came out with those putz houses. Those are the small ones. The one that's like there's a little church and a couple of different houses. They call them, I think he calls them like Adams and like ABC. And they're smaller than these structures. So like maybe they're supposed to go on a tree, on a Christmas tree, I'm thinking. All right, just so you can see, that's how it's going to look. We'll put the chimney in there. Place for the snowflake. The snowflake will go up here. I don't know if a tissue box would fit. No, it doesn't look like it's square enough. Doesn't look like it's square enough. Do you want to stick around while I finish it up, or do you think, have you spent too much time with me already today? It's up to you. I can continue working. I'm going to continue working until I finish it, because I find if I don't finish things when I start them, they end up sticking around half done for a long time. So I will stay. Oh, good, Loretta. You're staying? Okay. How are you, Gail? Nice to see you. How you feeling? All right. All right, there we go. There's that piece. Now we have to put that other piece on, which we don't have the chimney in the way, which is a good thing. This is what I was talking about. You see this? It doesn't add up this way. So what I'm going to do, because it's happened to me before, is I'm actually going to cut this, because I don't want it to look incorrectly done. So a little more surgery, but you know what I mean? It wasn't going to hang correctly there. So sometimes you got to just, you know, go with the flow and make it up as you go along. Though I do appreciate Leah's very, very precise tutorials, but he's just so good. Plus, well, he doesn't do them live, I guess, so he could redo them, I guess. Now, I don't see this extra piece, and I'm not sure where it's gone off to, but there should be an extra glitter piece that's going to go on the top here. So that I can't show you because I don't see it. Right. Woo woo. All right. All right. Just kind of checking all my edges and making sure that they're all secured. So right here, not secured. So let's go back and put in a little bit extra glue. So if you're going to do this at home, don't put the chimney in until after you put the glitter layer on, okay? Don't do what I do. Do as I say. So it goes in sort of on an angle, like this, and then flip it around so you can see what you're doing. All those tabs are going to be sticking out. If they're not, because I had to pull them off, you might need to maneuver around there. All right, let's just make sure that's the way we want it. Chimneys. I love chimneys. So I didn't get to be Mrs. Claus this year. I was so disappointed because I wanted to see all the kitties and make ornaments with them. But I think that depending on the time frame, because probably gonna not be a good time frame, but I could probably do another Mrs. Claus. But I was like so ready to do it. I'm like, oh, I wish I wasn't so sick. You're still recovering. Have to clean cancer surgery site twice a day. Oh, okay, so you're getting appointments for your heart on starting Tuesday, breast in January, esophagus in February. Oh, that's a lot. How you holding up? Hope you're holding up okay. And I hope you have a good support network. I know you moved to be near your family. So that's a good thing. You know who we haven't seen in a while is Shirley. I wonder how she's doing. Has anybody been in touch with her? I haven't seen her in a while. Bran, I talked to via like Messenger. She's doing well. Her husband's stable, which is great. But I haven't seen anything about Shirley. Wonder what's going on. Hope she's okay. You saw Shirley? Where's Shirley? I know. You saw her? Like you saw her online somewhere? Bren's doing well. Bren, you know, she survived her battle with breast cancer. It can be done. And her husband had some surgery for his heart. I don't think she'll mind me telling you that. So he's nice and stable, which is great. But, you know, I think they don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, you know. But there's been a lot more successes these days than, I don't know, a couple of decades ago. So that's what I'm hanging my hat on, you know. All right. Okay. Da 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 da. Let's put this together. What else? What else we have to put on that? Look at how cute this is. Now, if you wanted to put a little bit of cotton that you can have come out as like smoke out of the chimney. I don't have any cotton balls. I don't even know where they would be. So, yeah. And then we'd have these pieces here. So this is where the little snowflake is going to go. And then these are side pieces that are going to go here on the side of the... But other than that, we're not going to actually like glue the pieces together. I suppose you could glue the bottom with the base, but I don't know. Might make it easier to store, keeping it separate. Now, storing, what are you guys doing for storage? I want to do, because that's the thing. I would always give them away because I didn't want to store them. And now I'm like, gee, I wish I had made that and kept it. So, I think some of those big Tupperware, not Tupperware, oh gosh, remember Tupperware? The big like Rubbermaid containers that have the latches on them would be a good place for them, for those pieces. I don't know, or do you leave them up all year round? I used to do that with Lego. I used to leave it up all year round, and then I'd have a Christmas themed Lego. Oh yeah, I was crazy for Legos before this came into my life, this machine. All right, now there's some cleanup work here that I have to do, like right here I've got to, you know, fix here, but this is it, I think. Let's put this on. Let's use some foam mounting tape for this. I hope it's going to stick because there's glitter there, but we'll try. It's a winter cottage. Birdhouse cottage, I suppose. Okay. All right. Wow. I think that's it, you guys. What do you think? Oh, it could. You're right. You're right. One of your gold flourishes from foam tape glue together. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I don't know. Banji. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Okay, so even if you're not going to try it, I hope that you enjoyed the chit chat and come and watch it. The great thing about the Dreaming Tree Files is that they are very similar. Like once you get one accomplished, you can feel confident, like, oh, I can do this. So that's why I always kind of cut two, because I'm like, once I get the first one done, I'm like, I'm good as gold. I could do any of it. But I do still need to find that one strip here of white glitter to put there. But I think it's pretty darn cute. Ready for a little birdie to go in there and have a nice warm nest for the winter. All right. I love spending time with you too, Leslie. How's your husband? Doing okay? You want to see our pups? Oh, they're just louder. That's Benji. Benji is the little rescue. He loves to bark at trucks outside. All right, you guys. I think that's it for me for today. I'll see you all on Monday. I guess we're doing Monday. You would make this, Sherry? Good, good, good. I'm glad. So enjoy your weekend. Spend time with your family. Rest and relax and enjoy, okay? Take care of yourselves and each other. Love you guys. Bye.